What's going on? Rolando Guerrero, public defender on this case for DUENDE, zero tolerance. We about to get in that. So DUENDE, you're the key witness to some very vicious crimes. So let's get on with this. Right hand on the mic, left hand in the air. Do you swear to spit the lyrics, the whole lyrics, nothing but the lyrics, to kill this beat with your bars? Ah, step into the booth then. It's time to get your testimony, brother. Yo, what up, face famous jury? We got DUENDE, zero tolerance, public defender on this case, Rolando Guerrero. Case number RAP 6712, hip hop court of law. We about to get into this zero tolerance. The very vicious crimes in America has been taking place on this very land, and some people have put up with this bullshit, and I have zero tolerance for it. Don't disappoint. Flow, bars, message, crime scene, video. Let's go. Okay. I'll be straight with you. The policy is a bunch of BS. I don't know how it goes on for so long. I don't know how this even got passed. I don't know how it even made it this far. But I'm going to tell you now, I'm not a fan of it at all. I hate it. When I first heard of it, I thought it was hated. When I first heard of the man who lives in a house that is white, I hated it. When he thought about building a wall, I hated it. All of it. And anybody who supports that decision, black, brown, white, otherwise, you're on the wrong side. Come on.
Now, little baby, don't cry. I know it's really scary. You don't understand why. They took your mommy and that man won't let her hold you.
That already says a lot right there. When you already have some mess like this, how do they get back with their families? How do they get back to doing the normal kid things they was doing when they was with mom and dad, but yet they got separated? I don't get it. We don't hear about that. Come on.
When you're crying and you're screaming and you're hungry and it's cold too. And there's a lot of other kids, but they don't know you and they're just as afraid as you. That's what they told you. And some of them can't even talk yet or walk yet, but the man in the uniform closed the door and he locked it.
You know, that man in the uniform down there, some of them raped, molested, tortured, beaten, spit on, inhumane conditions down there. And they're supposed to be the military on either side, Mexican or American. And yet they're doing nothing to protect the kids or the families or anybody. They down there just having a ball of fun because they know that's not going to be reported on the news because it's a private place. It's almost like what they call it, Geneva. It's almost like a microcosm of a concentration camp with all the brutality, not as horrific as what Jewish people went through, but the inhumane conditions. Cages. Are you serious right now? In 2020? And what, 19, 18, 17, 16? Really? Come on.
Now you're standing there crying and you can't stop it. You're terrified, traumatized with your hands in your pocket. I'm sorry, I can't do nothing. It's really stressing. I just look at my own kids, kiss them, and that's a blessing. But it's not enough for you, because I know it's tough. They're making you suffer because they've been fighting the war with us.
It is. And America has fought a war with Hispanic people for I don't know how long and why. It makes no sense. And all they're trying to do is get over here to make a better life for themselves. And yet they've hit almost like every roadblock imaginable. Why? Why? It's almost like anybody else could come over here and do whatever, but it's almost like Hispanics and Muslims are pretty much outcasted. It's black folks, yeah, we was brought here 400 or 500 years ago, slavery times. Asian people went through it. Japanese people went. I was like, everybody goes through it. Native Americans went through it. Almost wiped off the face of the United States. And they're in reservations. They should be Not even having the reservations. For what, a couple bucks, you can stay, have casinos. I mean, it's freaking stupid. It don't make any sense whatsoever.
Understand you and mommy and daddy, you had to leave because of things where you leave.
Then this right here, so a child, you got to give him what? They're right. I'm glad he can smile because I would not be able to smile.
That people wouldn't believe. I also understand that you've been traveling a long time, crossed 2 borders, and that train was a long ride. You know it's called La Bestia, that means the beast. People traveling to get to this country to find peace.
I'm all for anybody trying to come over here and make a better life for themselves. I'm all for it. You get them over here, however you get over here. You get your papers, do what you gotta do to make yourself a citizen, take the oath, all that good stuff like that, and you live in America. The conditions you have to go through to be that citizen, or when you get caught and sent back, and then you separated from your kids who you may not see again, if they even make it to a relative that might be already here in the States, is a risk. A huge risk if you even make it back alive.
And you finally get here, and instead of you feeling safe, we separated you and mommy and slammed.
And anybody who sit there and voted for that person be back in power again is an idiot. I don't care. Black, brown, Asian, Muslim, whoever. You see what the man is doing, and yeah, I would debate with you all day long about this. Because if you are Hispanic and you voted for him to be back in power, something is wrong with you when you see what he's doing to your ancestors, your family, your people, your everything. You're seeing it and you vote for him. Black folks, and you vote for him. White folks, and you vote for him. For what? You see what the man is capable of. This right here shows you what he is. Hell, he made that clear when he first ran. I'm building a wall. I'm keeping them out. And I'm yanking them from their family. You got ICE running around all over America, deporting people left and right, and you still run back to the polls and hit elect. What? What? Why? Dumb.
The door in your face. They said a couple weeks they'll get you somewhere to go. Where they take it?
That right there. That. And you wanted this?
They don't even know.
No.
And meanwhile, the mom cries.
This woman is literally crying tears, and people wanted him back in office. Black folks getting killed, unarmed black people. I don't care, guilty or not. They get shot. A lot of white folks go home, go to jail, actually go to jail alive. Black folks, dead. Hispanics trying to make a home here. They get deported back, separated from their families, if they make it back. Maybe dead, hanging off bridges, Mexican mafia, all that good stuff. Hell, where's the Mexican mafia when you need them now? I'm not promoting violence or anything like that. At least I know when it comes to a lot of black folks, we tear up some shit. I don't condone looting, rioting, none of that stuff like that. But we make a big ass fuss about some things and we get some shit changed. Hispanics, y'all need to make a big ass fuss about some things, y'all get some shit changed. I know a lot of, from what I hear, the Mexico government is corrupt just as well. But hell, this is the time when you probably need some of them Mexican mafia people and all them to make a big stink about some things, get the damn wall tore down, and some of them speak up for y'all and get y'all people over here. I'm just saying, I was the one rooting for them, like, okay, where they at now? This is the time when you kind of need them. There's sometimes you need that Malcolm X mentality by any means necessary. But this right here, nah. And then you got some of the Hispanic cops on the side saying, yeah, we're going to send them back. We just doing our job. We're trying to get paid. Man, I don't hear that shit. And yet some of y'all voted for that man back in there. And look what he's doing.
Desperately with anxiety, tell me this is not the new American society. My knees buckle just to think about how you.
And where did them kids go? Did they go to foster homes? Did they go to new adoptive families? Did they get sent back? I mean, what happens? Somebody leave in the comments. What happens?
You probably feel while Democrats and Republicans trying to make a deal. I know it's like a nightmare. It doesn't seem real.
Y'all should be giving this man a check right here. This man fought and fought and fought to end that stupid thing. He fought to end it.
You came from your country cause people were getting killed. It's crazy how you thought you were supposed to feel safe in the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We have some brave soldiers, I give them that. They're very brave. This land is not free. Far from it. Far from it.
I heard somebody say Black Lives Matter. Somebody
It depends. It depends.
else said all lives matter.
That is debatable.
So what's the matter? An immigrant isn't a color.
It is not a color. Somebody need be running around Brown Lives Matter, then somebody better put up the BLM on Brown Lives Matter. Come on.
So I guess that doesn't matter. Pro-life or pro-choice. There's only one voice. These children at the border don't know life yet.
They don't, and they deserve to be with their damn families. So what are y'all going to do about it? It's one thing I tell people. Well, we've got a problem. Well, what you going to do about it and when? Simple. In terms of saying it, not simple of doing it, but do something about it.
So what's their choice?
Mr. Speaker, tonight, children.
Yep, all that.
2, 3, 4 years old will sleep alone in cages.
And y'all voted, some of y'all voted for him to be back in office. You gotta be ashamed of yourselves, for real.
On American soil.
Why? For a few bucks? For a few extra dollars? This right, is it worth it? And some of them people who voted for him got deported them damn selves. Then they cry. How come I can't be back over here? Now you see, he don't give a dang about you neither. Come on. He just want the votes.
There's nothing moral or even acceptable of hearing children cry.
And who is y'all Hispanic people? Speaker. We have Sharpton speaking for Hispanics. I know you guys got one. I just want to know who. Leave it in the comments. Who is y'all big name speaker to change things in the U.S.? Because you had the white dude from Massachusetts. You got this dude right here. Who is the Hispanic? Because you got a white guy, a black guy. Who's the Hispanic people? You need that third person. You need that three-headed monster to take this stuff down. Because we don't know what Biden's going to do. We don't know what Kamala Harris is going to do. We just don't know. So we need to get these things set up now to get these changes in order now to reverse this whole thing with ICE agents running around getting people. Because I'm telling you, the man is about to do another roundup before he runs out of that office.
Crying and screaming for their daddies and their mommies in the land that calls itself the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's about who we are as a country. It's about morality. It's about humanity. But first, it's about those kids.
Yep. Rolando Guerrero. Oh, Duende. This video right here. Here. Based off the visual and the message alone, I gotta put this in solitary confinement. Got to. Because it's the visual aids, the work of art, and the message behind it. Little needs to be said because the picture speaks for itself. It's a masterpiece for what needs to be shown. But see, something like this don't get shown to the public. So I'm going to say a lot less because I don't need YouTube wiping me out because I'm speaking too much. All I'm going to say is, this Kane, this face famous.